do have some other things in my pack though, and one other thing outside of my pack that I will show you before we can move on to uniforms. So first off, here, this is a Hitlerjugend knife, and the Hitlerjugend knives were basically, I believe the Hitler Youth actually had to buy their own Hitler Youth knives, but yeah, they were used by the Hitler Youth during the war, and because of my age I could say that I was in the Hitler Youth and I kept my Hitler Youth knife with me. This is a Soldier of Fortune replica. I don't have this on my webbing because it is a Soldier of Fortune replica, it's rubbish. Yeah, it's got some inaccuracies as well, such as, from the research I've done, it's got the motto on the blade. It shouldn't have that because that was only on the early war ones, or early production ones I should say, and it's got all the other features of a later production one, such as there isn't any dimpling on the red parts of the trapezoid. It's got higher ricasso, no stamping on the ricasso either side. But, I mean, yeah, I did carry it on my webbing, I used to, but then the back properly broke. It broke twice actually. So that is basically that. The other thing I've got outside, I'll just show you quickly because it's related. Now in my boot I have what's known as a trench knife. Some people call it boot knife, but I think they're just as stupid. I'll get it out. This is an original one, and this is a fake 1942 dated one. You can see there. Original one rather, there's a 42 date. They're fake ones, reproduction ones that also have the same HAT 1942, but this is definitely in my eyes an original, just due to the fact that the wood feels exactly the same as wood I have on my other original things, such as it feels almost the same as the wood on my PPSH 41, and also the fact that it's got a proper blued blade. The replicas do not have blued blades, and really they were just able to be used anywhere. They have a little clip on the back, which means that the scabbard wasn't restricted to only being used on the belt, so it could be fixed into the boot like I showed you. It could be quite often one that I saw it being worn, like I've seen film of German soldiers wearing it, like this. So yeah, I've seen German soldiers wearing it like this on their tunics, basically so that they have a quick kind of use of it. So yeah, it could be attached to your belt as well, attached to packs, whatever, wherever you want it. Now back onto stuff inside here. Now the reason why I had that in my pack is also it's kind of just useful as an extra weapon. So last things I have in my pack. First off, I have these pair of binoculars. These are civilian ones. I could have said that they were mine, or I managed to pick them up in a bombed out house, for example, or something like that. So yeah, and they'd be very useful. Again, I wouldn't have been issued them, but it's kind of one of my own stuff that I would have had with me. In here I have deactivated FN model 1900, and this is a chromed one. That means I believe it's either a gangster one or it managed to find its way into North Korea somehow, because the North Koreans chromed up, well they still do, they chrome up pistols and they then issue them out to people as rewards. But anyway, this was designed by John Browning in 1899, was accepted into the Belgian military in 1900, so that's why it's called known as an FN-19. Sorry about that guys, the camera ran out of memory and power. But as I was saying, here, this side, sorry, we have all the stampings. So we have the FN 1900 logo above Beaufort SGDG rather. And then we have the Belgian proof marks there, and Fabrique Nationale d'Armes de Guerre Herstel written along the top, which means Factory National of the Arms for War Production Herstel. And also I have there's just some proof marks all along there. And it's got wooden grips, not totally inaccurate because the plastic grips were notorious, or the Bakelite grips rather, were notorious for breaking on the original ones. So what they used to do is, they'd quite often in the First World War, because this was really used by the Belgian army in the First World War and partially in the Second World War, they'd often get smashed in combat, so they just replaced them with wooden ones, which is what's happened with this one. Now what I think's probably happened with this one was that it was probably picked up by a German soldier in Belgium in 1940, and it then got transferred to the guy got transferred to the Eastern Front. Pistol got captured by the Soviets, got sent to help the North Koreans, I believe. The magazine is also chromed. It also has the Herstal stamping on the bottom there, the FN logo. So that had a 7-round magazine, and that was very useful and concealable. So that's basically that one there. And the Germans captured a fair few of these because the Belgians kind of started to relegate this pistol due to the kind of the growing use of the FN 1910 and FN 1922 especially. So they still had some of these in use, but the Germans did capture quite a few of these, and they're in 32 ACP or 7.63 Browning. So the Germans still produced some ammo which could be used in them, and they also captured the factory so they could produce as much ammo as they wanted. And so that's basically that little pistol. It has a safety on the side here, surface safe, fur for fire, so that says fur there, and so there. So when it's on safe, then when it's on fire. So you might have noticed here, there's a little notch here, and that is called a cocking indicator. So you can see it's uncocked, and now when it's cocked, it falls down, and so when you pull the trigger, it pops back up. And it's designed so that it tells you that you're out of ammunition, because it doesn't have a locking device to show that it's properly out of ammunition. So when you see that it's up, that means there's either it blocks the sight picture. Don't know whether you're going to be able to see this, but it blocks the sight picture. So that basically, once you see that's blocking the sight picture, it means you're out of ammo. So the reason why I got that, because I picked it up when I was with my time with the 352nd Infantry Division in France, and I am Belgian, and I managed, or when I was in the 352nd Volksgrenadier Division in Belgium, and I picked it up off a Belgian partisan. So that's that, and the last things I have in here is this, which is an original pair of dust goggles, and they come in this packet. This is an original packet, which is incredibly rare. I'm going to keep that somewhere safe, just because it's quite fragile. And these are colour tinted. That's because they are for either Kriegsjäger or for kind of just use in a kind of a warmer climate. The possibly might be post-war, I'm not sure. Anyway, if they're post-war, they're almost the same as wartime ones. But yeah, they were basically so that you'd be able to put them on, and it would stop your eyes from getting all of the sun, any dust in your face, etc. So there are those. The last thing I have is this. Now, because it's the end of the war, I decided not to surrender with everyone else. Instead, what I did was I took my unit's battle flag and I decided to keep it. So there's my unit's battle flag. Again, I'm not supporting Nazis. I've just got this because it is a World War II German flag that they used for the Wehrmacht Heer, etc. And just the German armed forces in general. So I captured that. No, I didn't capture it. I took it before my unit surrendered, and I escaped. That's my kind of this impressions story. Because I'm also going to kind of add a little section on at the end, probably, of my German partisan impression. Which, okay, there was hardly any German partisan resistance or activity, because the Wehrmacht, which was meant to be actually doing that, was too busy getting all of the top Nazis out of Germany. So, yeah, that's just my battle flag that I managed to save from being captured. So that one wouldn't be one of the ones that would either be paraded to British Prime Minister or in Red Square